to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe along and give the videos a little like if you enjoy what you're seeing, as always. And there's something very different about me disking this morning. As you can see, got the Alpego discs on, the KRM, but as you can see, that mudguard is quite orange. So today we have got the KUBOTA M7173, I think it is. We're in here. Got it on demo for a couple of days, and then Tom's having it for a couple of days to see what we think, see how it compares to our TM and our T6, and after a couple of days see how we've gone with it, and sort of start having a think of, do we keep the TM forever because it is the best tractor ever built, or do we start looking at options to replace it because it's getting on, it's done a few hours, but I don't want to get rid of it. I'd love to keep it forever. What a machine it is. So yeah, I'm out disking now. You see it throwing the soil about nicely. It's still really dusty. We've still had no rain. It was meant to rain all day yesterday, and we got a shower for probably half an hour while we were getting the bales in. So yeah, you can see it's still desperate for a drink. But getting it disked just nice and lightly on the top, you can see it throwing it about, and that's just to make that chit, to get the top bit of soil moving and get any weeds growing or any volunteer wheat, anything growing, ready for next year's crop. And then tomorrow I should get all this disking done today, I'm hoping, and maybe even the subsoiler on this afternoon, and then I'm going to get everything subsoiled as well, with the aim of having everything ready to just smash it and get it all drilled when it's ready to do so. And if the weather turns, everything's done and we can just fly across with a drill and get everything done. And if it's subsoiled, it should drain through a bit better if the weather does turn. Get all that compaction out while it's hard as well, because it gets a lot better lift and breaks the soil up, and see if the KUBOTA can lift it. So I'll do a few more runs and then jump out, have a look around the tractor. It hasn't got a front linkage and it hasn't got a weight block on either, so I am quite light on the front end. The subsoiler's a bit lighter, I think, but we'll see how we get on with that. And then Tom's talking about putting it on his cultivator, which is quite a bit heavier than this, because they've got it sort of tines, then discs I think, and then a packer behind, but their packers are a lot heavier than ours. Ours is just like a coil packer. So we'll see if he can lift it or not. He might have to just hang some weights off the block on the front. So yeah, I'm away. I've got quite a bit done now. You can see it's making a nice job. And will my runs match up? Who needs GPS, eh? So yeah, I'll do a bit more and then we'll jump off, have a look around it and see what everyone thinks, and then you can comment below what you think to the tractor. This is the most basic spec. It's KUBOTA's own tractor that GGM Machinery have sent out to us on demo, which means that it's power shift gearbox. You can see the gears on here, and that's how you change it. You push it forward and back, forward and reverse on there, linkage up and down on there, automatic gears as well. I've not had to play with that yet, we're just doing road work, field work. Got PTO switch, revs, manual spools, and there we've got the radio and aircon. But he was saying that if this is the, like I said, most basic model, if we go up to the next one, all this stuff moves onto the armrest, so it moves up and down on the seat, and you can have electric spools then and the vario gearbox. And then if you go up another one, you get even more on the armrest with electric spools, and then you can get the screen with GPS through it and everything like that. So we are on the most basic model, so it hasn't got all them sort of fancy extras, it's just as it comes sort of thing. But to be fair, it's got air, it's got really good front suspension actually, total different system to anything I've seen on any other tractor, and it's pretty quiet in the cab and it's pretty comfortable actually. So yeah, I'll do a bit more, have a good play in it sort of thing, and see what I think, any likes and dislikes about it, and then have a look around outside. I have found one thing that I'm struggling to get used to. So when you're changing forward and reverse, the shuttle is there, but I keep, just without looking, I'm looking behind and doing the indicator to go forward and backwards, which to be fair, it is on the joystick, but when you're so used to just going behind the steering wheel like that to change it forward to back, it does throw you a bit, and I keep just indicating instead of going in reverse. But other than that, pretty impressed with it. It's like like I say, comfy, quiet, does what it says on the tin. And the salesman that brought it out, he was saying that in America, Kubota held the second with the market share of tractors sold in America, which when you think about it, the biggest they go to is a 200 horsepower tractor. That's pretty impressive. The second to John Deere, so they're beating Fenn, well, beating all Agco, they're beating CNH, and that takes some doing because they cover tractors from 15 horsepower right through to, you're talking 600 now, 700, and these with their 200 horsepower tractors are shifting more than they're shifting throughout their full ranges. So that's pretty impressive, and I suppose it shows what Kubota are trying to do and come into the market, and well, I suppose they wanted to do the same in this country. And he said they have got bigger tractors coming in the next couple of years, but they don't want to just use someone else's engine. They want to have all their own. It might be their own gearbox, their own engine, and do it themselves, which is fair enough again. And to be fair, when you look at Kubota's other machinery, like you look at the diggers, mowers, I would say they're the biggest brand in this country for stuff like that, and I don't think anyone's got much bad to say about them. So if they carry on that way and build tractors as good as they do the diggers and everything, I would imagine they'll go a pretty long way. And for this to be the most basic one, and it to be as comfy as this and smooth and everything, is pretty impressive. And to be honest, this tractor is ideal for like your stock farmers and up with your sheep and stuff like that, where you don't need a vario box or anything like that. You just maybe do a bit of hay and stuff, and it's a cheap tractor really, and it does everything. It's got everything on it, and it's comfy and everything. So if you can get it cheaper than one of the big brands, you're gonna go with this one. It's just the bright colour, which they're saying they're talking about changing the wheels to grey to make them look a bit more appealing rather than as orange as they are, because it has got to be the brightest tractor I've ever seen. So yeah, impressed with it. That's one little gripe I found after just doing this field, but it's nothing really. I suppose you get used to it, wouldn't you? So if anyone else has used one or had a go at one or want to see anything about it, there's a lot on the website, and comment below anything you thought about it or what you did and didn't like if you have tried them, and your thoughts on what you can see here, what I've shown you. I haven't tried, it has got auto gearbox like the T6, so it'll change through the gears on its own, which I haven't really had a play with yet. He's given me a little book that tells you how to set it up and everything, but I've just been getting this done for now, and it's all to do with this little dial here. I think it sets like cruise control, and you set a speed and it'll stay at that speed or something like that. I don't know, might have a play with it in a bit, but yeah, pretty impressed so far. Aircon works well, that's better than the T6 at the minute, that still needs fixing. So yeah, pretty impressive. The visibility is amazing, I would say, better than most other tractors. Not the biggest wing mirrors, but I don't know if they get bigger when you get higher spec tractors. But yeah, look at the size of the glass in this. You can see so much, and out of the back window you can see absolutely everything. So yeah, a lot of things they've got right. The only thing I have thought as well, that light there and that light there, they're the only work lights on the back of the tractor. It's got quite a few on the front. There's some up there, they're like the high level ones, and then there's the ones in the bonnet as well. So I've got quite a lot on the front, but it's only got 2 on the back, which might be a spec thing again, but I like to have a lot of lights. So yeah, it might be spec, but that's this tractor. So yeah, I'll jump off and have a look around it. I've just stopped down this end of the field. I don't know if you can hear the pylon buzzing, where it is. I think it's because of the mist, I hope. But we're just going to have a quick look around it, I think. And to be honest, it looks pretty smart. Like they say, it would look better with the grey wheels, which they are going to do, I think. But look at like the cab, it's so spacious and good visibility. It's an M7173. Everything's pretty easy to get to. Diesel and AdBlue there, oil in there. Looks a bloody well built thing really when you look in there. It's a big old lump, that engine, it's their own engine. And then that suspension is like nothing I've ever seen before. It's attached on back there, and then that runs all the way under there, which comes round here to these rams, and they're the suspension rams, and the front axle is actually held from underneath it, which I've never seen one done like that before. Could do with either a front weight or front links to put our weight on it. Big old grill on the front there for sucking into the radiator, keeping that cool. What else have we got? Big accumulators there for the front suspension, which historically Case and New Holland, they go quite a lot, but there's 2 on that, whereas Case and New Holland used to have 1 which goes all the time. Easy to get to, filter there, all your fuel and air there, easy to get to as well. What else have we got? Exhaust up there, a little flasher on it. That's what I'm talking about, there's only 2 work lights, which I like lights, not more than that. Buttons on the mud guard, that's good. And the rear linkage, I can't get to it because of the disc, but that is beefy. Look at the size of the lift rams on that, and everything's really easy to get to be fair. Spools are up top there, air up there, it's not on the UK fittings, it's on them ones. Big old springs for the cab suspension there. It's all just looks well built, to be honest, and simple, easy to get at and easy to get to parts of it. So yeah, it's a good bit of kit, I would say, and if you get it spec'd up, I can't see why it can't compete with any other brand. And just have a look at the job that the discs are doing while I'm here as well. Just getting that nice top bit of tilt going. That's all we need it to do, is move that top bit. So happy with that, that's doing a nice job. So yeah, there she is in all her glory. Pretty impressed with it. Is that a toolbox there? No, it's the battery. But easy to get to, I suppose. Yeah, it has only got a small toolbox on it, but it is only a small tractor really. And like I say, the basic one, so just a toolbox there. So yeah, pretty cool bit of kit, to be fair. On 650 trolley bogs, 540 up front, I think. So some decent tyres on it. And then the KRM. The discs doing a good job as always. So yeah, like I say, let me know what you think to it. The other field now, and it's making a lovely job on the spring bar lift level. It's not so nice up the top end because the wheat were really thin, so the sun's been on the ground, it has baked it, and it is rock hard, so it's quite hard up top, not going in quite as well. But this bottom end where the spring barley's been in, it's really nice and light and fluffy, making a really nice job. Tractor's doing it easy, and a bit of grass coming through here and there, which the disc should move around and knock it back a bit. And then what we'll do is we'll leave it, see what it does, see what grows and everything, and if it's really green when it comes to drilling it, we'll spray it off before we drill it. And if there's not much about, we'll just drill it as it is, and then if anything comes through after that, the preem should knock that out. So yeah, really happy with it. It's going rather nicely. The tractor's lovely and quiet actually. Yeah, you see it there, working like a dream. And it's getting on for dinner time, and it came with no diesel in it. Well, yeah, no diesel basically. So I'm gonna just keep putting it up to a quarter and keep running it out, so we don't end up sending them some diesel back, because they said it's going back to KUBOTA after this demo is this tractor. So I'm gonna get some dinner in a bit and fill it up with diesel, top it up a little bit, ready to finish this field and then get the subsoiler on. All systems are go now after dinner. Grandpa's just going out with the mower, Dad's just starting edge cutting right back there, you might not be able to see that, and I'm going back out with the disc. Tom's just carting some bales over there. Window's really mucky from a bit of rain just had, but we just parked the KUBOTA next to the 6150. I should have got a picture of it, a little video, and it is actually a little bit bigger than it. It just stands a bit taller than it, probably weighs a bit more I think looking at them. So that's quite interesting to see, because like I said, they're demoing it after us, so see what they think to it. I think it's a 6150R running around 170 horsepower with boost, whereas this is 175 I think, just straight horsepower, no boost on this. So very similar, apart from that's a 6-cylinder and this is a 4. So that were interesting to compare, and we'll see how they get on with it. It could really do with a weight block on for them. But Tom just had a drive as well to see how to do it, how the buttons work and everything, and how easy that gearbox is, and just to push the stick forward and back. compared to the old John Deere clunky box going A, B, C, D. So yeah, I'm real happy with it, how it's going, and its weather keeps getting a bit of a shower. It's spitting now, but yeah, going well. Liking the controls, got used to this now. I've stopped putting the indicator on to change direction, and this is still making a lovely job. So yeah, all good. Dad's out with the hedge, you can see him better now. He's in the same field as me. My GPS lamp lined up. There it is, the TM on the hedger. Can this tractor replace that? I don't know. That is an unreal bit of kit. I don't think that can be topped, and it's not been topped since. So it's a tough one. What does everyone else think? GPS has worked out bang on this run. I'll tell you what, some operator going lovely. Is that a seam of oilseed rape I see? Quite a few more plants about now. Just desperate for rain. There she is, looking well. What size are these? Things are looking better, I think. They're maybe just better there because it's next to the ditch and all the water runs down the field. And yeah, I'm glad to be seeing more plants about. Yeah, there's quite a few. Look at them all. Look, no damage, no slug damage, no flea beetle. Oh, that could be flea beetle. So flea beetle leave little holes in the middle of the leaf like that, where slugs bite the edges. So that is flea beetle there. But yeah, you can definitely see more plants now. There's not loads of flea beetle damage, which is good. There's a bit here and there, but then there's some pretty good plants like that. So, fingers crossed, get a bit more rain, which just seems to have all gone around us today. It all went that way. We got a little shower that didn't do anything. You can see how dry this is. But yeah, fingers crossed, this rape's going to be alright, because there's a fair few plants about. Should have also explained what is flea beetle. Flea beetle is a little beetle that is just decimating oilseed rape crops all over the country. Used to have a seed dressing that controlled it, and it stopped them eating it, but that got banned, so we're not allowed to use that anymore. I think, was that neonics, I think? And now we can't use it, so flea beetle is just taking out crops totally, which I can't find any leaves at the minute around here which have got the damage on, but I showed you in that last bit of video. And they come out at night, they do that to all your leaves and kill the plants off. So if you're spraying for them, you've got to spray at night, because that's when they're active, to kill them. And then it ain't just a one-time spray and that's it solved. You can end up going out every night to try and get rid of them all, because it doesn't guarantee that they're all going to die. And then if your oilseed rape makes it through this stage and grows big enough to get away from the flea beetle, so it no longer damages it and can't kill the plant, they do then lay their eggs in the stem, which is ideal really, because then when they hatch, the larvae chew the way out of the stem and kill it from the inside out. So not a good thing at all, and it all used to be controlled by the seed dressing, which is now banned. So there's some good plants here, look though. Bit of damage on that one. Big one there. I just wish the whole field looked like that, and then you won't worry about it because it's going to get away. But quite a lot of plants around here. Look. If it all looks like that, I'd be a lot happier. But still, it's at the back of my mind all the time. Is the rape going to come? From here, you can also see how much it needs a weight block on the front. It is quite a short tractor when you look at that, or maybe the cab's further forward because there's quite a big gap back there. But it does look really sort of stubby, if you know what I mean. But it's tall though, like I say, it's taller than the 6150s. But it's a lot muckier as well now. But still going well. And this is making a real nice job in here. I'll show you that. See, all the grass has died off and there's some green coming back through, but this is chopping it all up nicely. Getting it back to a nice tilth, so any more grows through we can get it sprayed off again, or whatever we need to do to sort it. I want to put grass in this field, but whether we do that, I don't know. we're back. Got as much disking as we could done last night. There's still a bit of straw about, so just wait till he's got that to finish the disking off. And this morning, subsoiler on the KUBOTA to see if it can man that. It's a bit light on front end. This is heavier than the disc, I think. Could do with a weight block on it, but once it's in, fingers crossed it'll be alright, and we'll see how she pulls that and give it a bit of a test. But first job this morning is a few bits of flea beetle, as I've shown in there on the oilseed rape. So it's still on the narrow tyres as the sprayer, so we're going to get these on it, drop it back down onto flotation tyres so it doesn't really make a mark when if he has to get on to spray the flea beetle. I'm going to have a walk of it today, proper walk, and see whether it needs it yet, or if we hold off and wait till it gets a bit worse to spray it so we get a good effective spray on the flea beetle. So yeah, I'm going to clear this out so we can get sprayer in to change wheels over, and my dad's just bringing wheels up now. Could leave it like that. Pizza cutters on back and up front. Looks more like a tractor now. So that is her, back on her flotations. Just got the mud guards to put on, they're in the other shed. I need to go grab them and stack them wheels up, torque them all up, torque all the nuts up, and then she's good to go. Should be back to a bit more comfortable and a bit nicer to drive. Away subsoiling now. Dad's just been on and done a few runs to see what he thinks of the tractor and have a look at it. It's manning the subsoiler easy, which you'd hope so after the T6 bossed it. I'm nearly certain one side is lower than the other, which I don't know why, so I'm gonna do a few more runs, just well, get to dinner time more or less, and then I'll go back up to the yard and get my tape measure on arms and everything and just see what's out, because there's something not quite right, and I need a couple of new wings on as well, so I'll grab them when I get back up, and when I get done today we'll have a word with my dad to see what he thinks at KUBOTA. wing off. That one there. And this one's really worn, so I'm just going to get them swapped before I've got the new wings on now. I've got it levelled off. And God, so that second leg there and that end leg have both got a new wing on either side, on one side. And you can't half tell the difference of how much it's lifting it there. That's really pulling compaction out of it, which quite a lot after all the rain and everything that we've had. Get it all loosened up, free draining, and when it's nice long like this and you break it up underneath, it should stand quite a bit of water over winter if we get it again. Just come into pylon field now, and I'm just lifting the tram lines while I'm in here. It's struggling to go in the ground, it's that hard, but I'll try and do the best I can, and then it'll make it a bit easier to plough, because if this isn't going in ground, we're going to have a job with the plough. Hopefully we get some more rain by then. Finish the back of the farm, getting low on diesel as well, so I might just do all the tram lines in here, and then head back up to the yard, give it a bit of a swill off, and take it up to ready for Tom tomorrow for him to have it. And then I'll just finish the subsoiling with our tractor, because to be fair, like this field, there's still a stack of straw in it. I haven't dissed it all because of the straw still in it, so I need to get the discs on the other tractor and get them dissed, and then do the rest of the subsoiling. So pretty happy with how it's gone. So yeah, I'll get this field done. Tractor does know about it in here. I'm not sure the T6 would have pulled it in here, but yeah, we'll have a, when I get it dropped off and a bit of a swill off, have a look at it up at the yard, compare it to the TM and see what we see. Here it's really packed down where I am now. It's coming up in big sort of slabs, you can see it lifting, and tractor's struggling now. It's spinning wheels a bit and coughing a bit when it gets into them. So literally all I'm doing is, because the tram lines have had all the traffic all year, they've had the fern spreader on, they've had the sprayer on, and then when I've been carting the corn, I've been trying to keep on the tram lines to stop as much compaction as I can in between them. I'm coming through now just to lift all that compaction out, because if you don't, the plough finds it a lot harder to get through it, and the plough doesn't go deep enough to get rid of that compaction. So yeah, just lifting them to make life a bit easier for when we do come to work this field, ready to drill it with barley for next year. And any compaction you can get rid of is always a bonus, because that stops any water flowing through the soil, it stops roots getting through, because it's that solid it can't push through, and you end up with short roots where it can't go deeper down for moisture in a drought, and they can just rot if it does get really wet and they're just sat in that sort of moist top part of the topsoil. So yeah, that's all I'm doing now, and like I say, I head back up to the farm after I finish this field, but she does know about it. Down to this bottom corner of the field, and you can see there it was standing water all winter, so I'm going to pull the subsoiler through all that to try and relieve some of that pressure out of it all, because the water, just the weight of it just presses it down and down, and it sort of makes it sad, and it needs lifting and aerating and getting some air in there. So if I lift all this now, and there's some ruts there where we've been going around the wet spot, I'll go through them as well, and again, it just relieves that compaction, it makes it easy for the plough to get through, it'll make a nicer job for the year ahead. So that's the plan here. Really dropping the revs going through that and spinning the wheels. Really hard ground, as dry as it is as well. Yeah, you can see the lumps it's come up in, it's almost like concrete. But it's to be ploughed and power harrowed, so this will just make that job easier. So that's it, I'm done with the Kubota. She's sitting pretty. I've just given a bit of a blowout in the cab, it was a bit dusty. Not going to clean the outside because I'm going to take it straight to Tom's and they're going subsoiling with it. So pretty impressed with it, to be honest. It's very basic tractor spec wise, so it'd be interesting to see one a bit higher spec with a Vario box and stuff like that. But yeah, good machine, powerful, comfy, quiet, everything you'd want, and for the deals that they're offering on them, it does really make you wonder, but can it compete with our TM150? Because we all absolutely love that tractor to bits. And the T6, we love that. It's a really well built, beefy back end on it. I think it's nearly 10 ton lift on rear linkage, which definitely need a front weight for that. We need a front weight for what we've been doing with it. We'll see how Tom gets on with it. But yeah, really impressed with it. When my dad gets back, just have a word with him, see what he thought to it, and then maybe see what Tom thinks to it as well. If you have any thoughts on it, comment below. What would it be? TM150, the old girl, absolute bomb-proof machine that I would never want to trade in, or the KUBOTA M7 with the warranty and everything like that. So we need to have a good think about it, what we're going to do, and then we'll see from there, I think. Just in the grain store this morning, got the temperature probe in, checking the temperatures. All the spring barley's down at 15 degrees. This week's just showing just under 18, now it's dropping down a bit. I want to get that as low as we can. It's not a bad temperature at all, but when it's a bit of a cooler day, so when the outside temperature is cooler than that temperature, turn the fan on to blow colder air into it and cool it down. But it's all looking alright at the minute, because today it's like 20 degrees, so there's no point. Me and Dad have just got the edge cutter dropped off the TM because the KUBOTA's gone now, and I'm going to get the discs on the TM to finish off where the bales were and finish the subsoiling with the TM. Dad's going to do that next week. I'm out with the digger most of next week, so I'm going to take it with the TM, see what Dad had to say about KUBOTA. So I took the KUBOTA back to Tom's, and I wasn't as impressed with it on the road. It wasn't quite as comfy. It really loud and a bit whiny, and just not as comfy as our tractors going down smooth wise. What do you think to it?
Tractor seems fine, to be fair. There's one or two issues that obviously just need sorting, as in comfort, and just thought the clutch pedal were a bit awkward, not being able to depress the clutch, and the plastic were in the way. Apart from that, it's got to be looked at price wise, far better than anything else on the market.
So I think the overall there is that it's a hell of a lot of tractor for the money. My dad said the exact same thing, I think the same thing. Everything's there, they just need to refine everything and get it up to that sort of your John Deere, Fendt, New Holland level of comfort, and the little stuff like cup holders, phone holders, little bits like that, and that extra quietness. But to say it's where they're coming into the market with the first tractor, definitely worth looking at. Great warranty, great deals, and like I say, a lot of tractor for the money. It's 175 horsepower for not much when you look at it compared to your green ones and stuff. So yeah, I think that rounds it off nicely, and that's it for that video. We got us disking done, or as much as we could do, and got the subsoiling done, and yeah, it worked really well for us. Definitely worth looking at. We're gonna have to have a think about it. Lee said the same thing. He had a ride on it, he enjoyed it. Good bit of kit for the money, great machine. He says when he wins the lottery and gets his small holding, he's gonna run one. So that's a good review from Lee. But yeah, just for me, great in the field, and it just let it down a little bit on the road with it being as loud and not quite as comfy as the others. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a little like. That'd help us out too. We'll see you in the next one.